Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Maurice back again with another video. All right, y'all. So, a couple of months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I did a video just showing my favorite heroes. I normally, if I rank the heroes in the game, I don't typically do power lists, power tier lists, because they remind me of like pound for pound list in boxing. A lot of times there's a lot of different factors that are too subjective to be able to, I guess, fully rank people where they should be, where there's some feelings involved. I think that there's, true statisticians would be able to mathematically tell you which heroes are the most powerful. But I'm not a statistician. I'm pretty good at math, but I don't care enough to go through and record all of the little things in all of my games to be able to provide a proper quote unquote pound for pound list for Marvel Champions. So I'll just go ahead and do my favorites. So I went ahead and set it back up the way that I left it. And as you can see down here, they have all the newer cards that at least have been announced this year. I'll only go up to Spider Suit because these four aren't out yet, and I'll update that as I go on within doing a different well as the year go on. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but there's going to be a few changes here as I've been playing the game. There are some heroes that have really come into fruition for me that I've thoroughly enjoyed. So this top row is going to stay the same. These are still my favorite heroes to play. I'd play them every single time that I play the game. No hesitation. If they are available, I will be looking for them unless I'm deciding to get experimental. So there's only going to be one change here, and that's moving Black Panther up. I've been getting more games with him. I just ran through the Mad Titan Shadow with him, and I think that he's a hero that has just aged extremely well. His kit is just so good. As leadership gets better, he gets better. He still does respectable damage with his kit. I think there may come a time, I would say next year, the year after, where he may start to struggle. But I think as long as in aggression, they continue to bring out cards that are specific to weapons, similar to Fusillade and Mean Swing. If they keep doing cards like that, then I think that he'll be fine in aggression with the minion slam role. As long as leadership continues to be something that's prevalent in the game, he will always be prevalent in the game. So I think there's going to get to a point where he'll start getting weak, but right now that's definitely not the case. Um, there's also a couple of changes. So this might get some people a little ruffled. So I'm gonna move Black Widow and Nebula down. It's not that I don't like them. I still enjoy them. I get them to the table. They just don't hit the table as much, especially as you can see, there are a ton of heroes in this game now. They are the ones I just don't play all that often. I'm actually gonna move Valkyrie up. So this is a weird one because her kit is so inefficient that it's crazy. But when it works, oh my goodness, the oh my goodness, the moves that she can make are phenomenal. But it takes a lot. She's one of those heroes that you need to build to really get her going, and she's like Thor, need those minions to be able to really ramp up. So if you don't have those minions to ramp up, then you may just have to mulligan hard for things like Quinn Carrier, Helicarrier, um, maybe something that's more resource extensive, similar to like the enhanced reflexes, depending on whatever uh, aspect you're playing her with. But I have a lot of fun with her. She is definitely a polarizing figure, just like Hulk, but I enjoy playing her just like I do Hulk, and actually Hulk moves up a little bit for me. I've been enjoying him lately as well. But there was one more change. Oh, Spectrum. I put her like right here. I just ran through the Sinister Motives campaign with her and Ghost Spider, and she definitely carried. I didn't play by the campaign rules with sticking to an aspect. I normally don't play campaign all that often. The campaign, the extra content that the campaign provides, don't do it for me. So I typically don't bother with it. But Spectrum is super fun. I didn't like her initially because I couldn't figure out her form switching, and I think you sometimes just have to bite the bullet and roll down alter ego. And once I understood that, and knowing the amount of cards that she have to change forms, then you can play with that a little bit more and anticipating what's coming out of your deck as you play to be able to figure out, all right, maybe I can roll into pulsar form this round, and then I know Gamma Blast is coming up, so that's going to allow me to be able to do 8 damage, spread off in different instances where you switch to the Gamma form to do 1 damage and then do the 7 right behind it, and then you can swing for another 3. So she have moments like that with her Gamma Blast as well as with Photon Speed for her to ignore those crisis icons if she's already in Photon form, or if you just want to remove 5 threats. So whenever she switches to Photon, that takes off a threat, and then it does 4, and then you can throw it for another 3, assuming that you don't have heroic intuition, right? So she moved up. I was not a fan. I was not a fan. And then Spider-Man moved down. I don't play here nearly as often as I used to anymore. And Hawkeye kind of moved down for me too. So this is where I have it right now. By the end of the year, because I will be giving more plays to Adam Warlock, so maybe he moves up. Maybe he still is somebody I would sell off if I could. So we'll see how that goes. And I also plan on getting some more games with Wasp as well, because I feel like I haven't given her a fair shot compared to everybody else, because she may be she could move up just the same way that Spectrum leapfrogged up. Where I could have her in this range near Hulk, but at the moment this is where she's at for me. I enjoy her, and everybody else is pretty much where they're normally at. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go through the Web Warrior champion pool that's here. So we got Ghost Spider. So Ghost Spider, she was initially strong when I first played her. I thought she was stronger than Miles Morales. Because Miles, when I played him, I first played him through the Mad Titan Shadow, so everybody and their mama had Steady and Stalwart. But now that I've played her, man, I'm not going to say she's one dimensional as much as she clearly shines in protection compared to the other aspects. I was able to do a little something with Justice for her recently. I want to try her in aggression because I think that she could pull off some interesting combos with Mean Swing and Fusiad. So I think that, well, maybe just Mean Swing and Skill Strike, excuse me. I think that she can pull off some dangerous damage with those cards. So in the meantime, like she's fine. Like, I'll play her. Like, I don't have many issues with her. She would fall somewhere around here for me. Like, I'll definitely play her more than Black Widow, but I still like Nebula a little bit more. Nebula is just super fun to me, but she's fine. Like, I think that she's like power level. She definitely is like somewhere like high B, low A tier. If you go with the S A B C tier kind of thing, I think that in F, I think she's right about there. So, at least for me, I'll pick her up and play her, no problem. Miles Morales, my man jumps up to the top. Oh, shoot. Let's put him right there. So with Miles Morales, the dude is strong, man. Dude is strong. You can make a keen argument on him being S tier. He does struggle with those steady and stalwarts. His weaknesses, they come out when he's not able to stun or confuse an enemy. But my man does a lot of damage for the amount of for his economy. Like, he doesn't need those web shooters at all. Like, I don't think he needs them. He's just that good. And I think that with his ability to stun villains, stun minions, confuse them, give himself tough. I mean, my man is Doctor Strange Jr. out here with the way that he dish out those dish out those status cards, man. He's kind of ridiculous. Um, I think that he probably would end up S tier, probably on the lower end of it, but he's up there. I think that 9 health point pool really sets him back, and I think with the steady and stalwart, that keeps him from really shining where he should be. I know that some people were talking about, uh, I think it's steady, where you are, where you're able to, where you have to, uh, I can't remember which one, steady or stalwart, where you have to put two confused or toughs on them to be able to actually stun them. I'm not sure that it works if you do one and then do his like attack acrobatics. It adds another two because they're technically not stunned up until you add another one. But if that's the case, then yeah, he definitely jumps up higher on S tier. But I don't play that way because I don't feel that that's the same thing. You know, you have a stun or a confused token on them, but they're still not stunned yet. Like they're approaching it. So, um, if that's the case, then my man do a lot of damage for the amount of what the amount that his cards cost. Because I don't think he has a card over a cost of two in his whole kit. Like that's crazy. But I think he does so much with, because at first I wasn't feeling the 9 health points. I don't typically deal with heroes that work with 9 health points, but that's probably outside of increasing his cost curve. That's the only way to to nerf my man. But that's where he ends up for me. Nova. Nova is a cool hero. His combos are kind of crazy. So I'll put him right here behind Hulk. I think that he's super fun. Um, he's somebody, it feels like you're doing a lot, and sometimes you don't end up doing a lot. You know, what he does in like 3 cards, some people may do in one, maybe two. So he has a lot of activity going on with his hero set, and that's fine. You know, a lot of his cards are pretty cheap. He definitely doubles down on those wild resources. I think as the game progresses and deals more with wild resources, then he gets stronger off of that. And any card that is very cheap and is aerial, he benefits from it. So I think that as the game progresses, Nova will start to get stronger. He's similar to the way I look at Cyclops, but I think as the game goes on, he's going to become stronger, and you'll open up those avenues for more combos for him to pull off that unleash Nova Force, Nova Power. I think it's Nova Force. Allows him to have some crazy turns, and it's so rewarding. That dopamine hit whenever you're able to take out like 3 minions in the side scheme. Oh Lord, like that's is next level with this dude. So it's fun, man. He's a super fun hero. I still put him around a B, high B, low A, maybe B. I think he's a B tier hero, but he's hella fun to play. Ironheart, she's up there. Uh, she, man, you know what? I'm actually enjoying her more than Black Panther right now. Like oh my goodness, man. When she hits that version 3, like it's practically game over. Like solo, most games are over with if she hits version 3, but in co-op, like you had that time to build up to where you want to be, and then just start wrecking shop from there. Because her stat line gets crazy, and I think that the leadership cards that came with the really, I don't know if y'all can hear that helicopter. I live by an air base, but man, she's just so strong, man. It's so fun. Of course, she tickles the same vein that I have with Iron Man, because Iron Man, once again, it's fun getting those pieces down, and it's the same for her with those progress tokens. She can take advantage of minions to increase her progress. Also with those side schemes, so she can be good in aggression and or justice. I think leadership will still be her strong suit. She can take advantage of a lot of things there. But yeah, she's just fun, man. It's like playing an RPG with her, with getting her to that version 3. So I think, man, she's just so much fun. I enjoy her, man. She makes me happy. Such a good design on that. And she has, like, she's not somebody that's going to win you every game, but she can put you in a position to win a lot of games. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of her right now. Spider Ham, I'll put him about right here. Dude is kind of ridiculous. Like, he's just shy. I think he's just shy of Doctor Strange and Captain America in terms of strength. He's in the conversation for sure. But yeah, he's fun, man. I think if you love Drax, you're going to love Spider Ham. They benefit off of a lot of the same mechanics of having damage being taken to increase their, the amount of things that they can do. Drax can play his knife lunge, or knife leap, I think is the name of it, pretty handily once he get up there with the rate of, was it rage counters for him? Vengeance counters. And then with Spider Ham, it's anytime he take damage. So Justice, that great responsibility, works wonders for him. Like, he could just draw in attacks. If you're playing him in protection, the bait and switch is a good one. He's got his own card where he has the villain attack him, and then he gets 3 cards on top of the tune counters he have. The dude is a beast. So he's super fun. He was my least anticipated. He was my least anticipated hero, and now he's up there, man. I'm loving him. He's super fun, super goofy, and it's a reminder that we're here to play this game for fun, and that's what he does for me. Last but not least, for sure, is Spider Suit, and she's right up there. Her kit is just fun to figure out. I was not a fan of that 3-hand size at first. Now I see why it's 3-hand size, because if baby girl had 5-hand size, she would be unstoppable. So her use of the different interfaces to manipulate her basic powers, using them as resources to be able to play certain cards. I think if you can find builds to help her get card draw, oh Lord, yeah, the villain is in for a long night, because she will just eat them up alive because of her kit. It was a little complicated at first trying to figure out those interfaces and knowing how to use them. It took a couple games to kind of understand where they're going with that, but I know I haven't come close to really unlocking her potential. But I'd almost play her every single time, man. She's so fun. I think that there is a ton of wiggle room that you have with being, what's the word I'm looking for? Of having some variety in building her. So I'm excited to see how she continues to progress. Will she get better as the game go on? I don't know, but I think right now with the state of the game, if it stays roughly around here, I think she'll always be up there. She'll definitely be A tier at least. So I've been having a ton of fun with her. So much fun. So yeah, this cycle so far has been phenomenal. As you can see, I haven't hit anybody that hit this tier yet. It's funny because it's like all mystics, so I'm assuming Jean Grey probably gonna be somewhere around here. My man Colossus is probably gonna be in the Hulk range. I'd imagine Shadow Cat probably be somewhere in this range, and then Cyclops will be up here. I just love Cyclops, man. So I'm excited to see how they play. So I'll revisit this in a few months. Once all of these guys are out, and I know Wolverine is coming, and there may be another 2 to 3 heroes that we'll get to see towards the end of the year. So I'm excited. I'll probably do it in December, but let me know what you all think. I know that if every single person does a list, like the combinations and permutations that you can have with this is kind of crazy already, but everybody will be different, and that's what makes this game so cool. That I can do this, and another 15 people can do it, and our list probably won't even be close. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think everybody kind of agrees on Groot. I haven't seen or met anybody that I'm aware of that loves him. I know Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are extremely popular heroes. They don't quite do it for me, but it is what it is. Adam Warlock, I would love to move him up because he is somebody I do want to try out. I'll play some games with him and Wasp. If anything, I'll probably move him there because I think with Vision, I just don't care all that much. Either way, this is what my list looked like so far. These are the heroes that I definitely would play almost every single time. Here, I bust them out every now and then when I want something different. I keep these around, just because they're different enough to where they're each relatively unique. I think Wasp is the only one that's similar to someone else. And then these three, I definitely would sell back in a heartbeat. I finally played a game with Scarlet Witch where I was like, oh, I see her power, but I still shoulder shrug it. It is what it is. Thank you for spending some time with me. This is what it looks like. Leave a comment on where you would change some things up, or if you have a top 5, top 10 heroes that you like, or if there's a shocker here that where you think you were surprised that I put somebody in a certain place, or if you think that there's a hero that you think I'm tripping on. I take it all, man. But thank you all so much for checking me out. It's your boy Maurice. Leave a like. Definitely comment and interact with me. I love to interact with you. And y'all have a wonderful day.